Bombing, episode 20.
Like a fart, right? like a fart's go. That's gonna make it in. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Episode 20.
Welcome to the podcast. And welcome everybody else to the podcast.
Episode 20.
That's right. This is Bombing. This is a comedy podcast where we talk about stand-up comedy and bombing on stage. And we talk about bombing in real life because that's just what we do.
We have two very special guests with us today. We have our two twin little brothers, Ian, over here, and B-Dog, Brennan. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, man.
Episode
dude,
fucking 20.
how long of a day have I had?
Oh, my God. Loosen this tie up, dude.
Oh, man. I've been waiting all day to loosen my tie. Here's to 20 episodes.
Hey, man.
20 episodes, man. That's what we decided to dress up a little bit, kind of celebrate the occasion. You know what I'm saying?
20 episodes. We have done one every single week. And we have never missed a week. So the past 20 weeks has all been fucking on this podcast.
Yeah, and I remember that first one was such a struggle. I think we did like 26 minutes or something like that.
It was bad.
It was very bad. We didn't know what we were doing.
It wasn't framed up right. There was no lighting. We had like a light on.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what we're doing now, but
but dude, to watch how far we've come from fucking podcast number 1 to podcast 20.
Yeah.
And to just never skip a week. It's just been so fun. I've always looked forward to doing the podcast.
Yeah.
It makes the weeks easier because it's fine. We got the podcast coming up.
It's become like a hang, too.
Yeah. And it's fun because, in just 20 podcasts, we've made some friends at open mics.
Yeah.
And we've had them on the pod.
A lot has happened in 20 weeks.
Yeah, a lot. It's been a little bit of a blur.
Yeah.
But, dude, it's just been so fucking fun.
It's been fun, man. I think it was... Dad sent me something. I think it was like Adam Carolla was saying that like 99% of podcasts don't make it past 4 or 5 episodes, and the ones that do, 90% of those don't make it past 20.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are, dude.
Bombing episode 20, man.
And I get it, man. I get it. Like, because it's fucking hard, dude.
It's kind of easy.
It's kind of it's easy, but we're fucking built different. And I can say that confidently. Like anytime someone starts something new, it's fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then it starts to get fucking difficult.
Yeah.
And then there's those nights, like I remember nights where we would just be like, "Hey, we have to do the podcast tonight," and we were just both like, "Dude, I just don't have it.
Just a long day at work.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I could not pull off a podcast."
And then
we just set it up, and it would just be like a low energy podcast, which is fine, but you just fucking muscle through it, and I don't know, dude. To get to 20, that's something that's really something special.
Yeah, that's something to loosen your tie about.
Yeah, I'm gonna loosen this up a little bit. By the time this podcast is over, this tie is gonna be off, dude.
No, but another cool thing about the podcast is that it gives, like at least for me, it gives me like a chance to like bounce an idea off you or like anyone that we have on.
Yeah.
Because I'll be thinking like, is this funny or am I just retarded?
Yeah.
And a lot of those turn into like stage bits.
Yeah, I've just said just like a random one-off thought on the podcast, and you've been like that I thought was funny, and you were like, like, oh, because of this too, and that like adds to it, and then I've taken that and like put it on stage, and it becomes a bit.
Yeah,
I can, it's just I don't know. It's I like fleshing shit out here on the pod.
We also have we have more guests to come, more comic guests coming to the podcast shortly. Right. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We got some. We're making some more friends out here.
Yeah,
and we'll get them here on the fucking podcast.
Also, it's great. It's just great meeting like other comics out here in LA.
Yeah,
that like you legitimately find funny.
Mm-hmm. Especially at the open mic level.
Yeah,
because we're sort of like deep into the open mic sort of level of this, and we're meeting all these people, and we've told them like, we have a podcast, and they're like, oh, they haven't even like thought about starting one yet.
Yeah. And
they're like, oh, how's it going? Yeah, we're 20 episodes in, and they're like, oh shit.
Dude, we got 30 views on our last clip.
Dude, it's crazy.
30, dude.
Our views are going up. I keep a track on them. I fucking look at them all the time, and it's a steady up with views and likes. The clips do very well, and dude, just it's all about timing and quantity. Over time, we'll have so much fucking content out there.
Quantity over quality.
That's right.
That's right.
Because there's no quality.
No, there's zero quality here.
No. this podcast is not quality, but it is quantity.
Yes.
So
there's lots of them.
Yeah, dude. In fucking 3 years' time, like this will be something. And I'll give it 3 years.
3 years.
I think in about 3 years, this will grow some legs. We'll get better at doing. Right now, we're only on YouTube. By then, we'll have an Instagram. I'll make a bombing Instagram, and I'll fucking post clips on there, pictures. I'll make a TikTok, do some TikToks with the clips and stuff, and it'll make it even bigger. And then even with our stand-up, we'll be further down that road. Mm-hmm. We'll be doing shows. We'll probably be fucking hosting shows. We'll probably be the ones looking to other people, being like, "Hey, we have a show. Come to our show."
I'd love to host a show. That seems so fun because Because shout out to a friend of the podcast, Tom Kelly. He's been on here like a couple episodes ago, but he's one of my favorite hosts because his in between, his like minute and a half in between is just so funny every time. He just touches on what the earlier comics said, and it's always funny.
You guys came to a couple open mics while you guys were in town.
Yeah, what do you guys think about open mics? About open micing?
I mean, to me, honestly, it's like a different experience because I know when y'all were back in Nashville doing open mics, to me it was like, oh, cool, they're funny. Mm-hmm. But then between like those in Nashville and those out here, I mean, you have a lot more opportunities and a lot more shows. I mean, I like them. You got a lot of funny people.
Also, we've been better because I remember both of you guys came to a few open mics while we were in Nashville.
Shout out Third Coast Comedy Club.
Third Coast Comedy Club,
Nashville, Tennessee.
And that's back when we sucked.
I mean, look, we're not much better now.
We're not much better, no.
But
we are though. We totally are though. And yeah, except for the 2 weeks ago where we fucking bombed.
Oh, dude, did we talk about that in the last podcast?
No, I don't think we did.
The first time I saw you guys in LA,
we fucking bombed the other week.
Speaking of bombing, we ate shit. We were at a place in North Hollywood.
Don't name names here.
Yeah, we're not gonna name names, but dude, I went up there and nothing. Dude, with a set that had killed like for the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I think it boils down to like my like vibe was off a little bit. Yeah. I was feeling a little weird that night. I don't think it came across. It wasn't as good as I knew that I could do it.
Yeah.
And it fucking showed because I ate a fucking metric plate of shit that night.
Dude, if you go on stage you're just in a weird mood.
Yeah.
It just fucks the whole thing up because like I record all my sets. I know you do it also. I can listen to like the same set from one night, compared to another night. And one night I kill, and the other night I just fucking bomb. And I can hear it's because I'm just not doing it right. You know what I mean? It's like any joke. I'm just like, hey, I went to the store the other day and I fucking bought a pear. Man, this pear sucked, man. Don't you hate when pears suck? And then like, or whatever. And then like the other night, I'll be like, I went to the store and I bought a pear.
Yeah, and it kills the whole thing.
Yeah, it just your attitude is.
Dude, I was using like one or maybe two of the jokes that I did at my first time at the store.
Yeah. That
crushed. Just like not like they were like some of like my best bits, and it was just crickets.
It's because you were hyped.
Yeah, I wasn't doing them right, and I bombed.
But also, it's not y'all; it's also the audience that's like out there.
I don't know.
It's a little them. I don't know. I'm always skeptic of like blaming it was just a bad audience tonight. It's like, was it the audience?
I think it's always me.
Or did you suck tonight? What is more likely? Is it that the people that were listening to you didn't like you, or was it more likely that you didn't do it properly?
I think it's always me.
Yeah.
Even off stage.
I err on the side of me. Yeah.
Yeah. Even just in just interacting with somebody.
Yeah.
I think I just fucking walk through life and I bomb.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, dude.
Did you ever go to like a movie theater and they're like, I enjoyed the movie, and you're like, yeah, you too. You bombed.
Yeah.
You bombed.
You bombed.
You bombed in real life. Congratulations, you bombed.
Fuck, dude.
I mean, I do that because it's just funny to me.
Yeah.
When people say, have a nice day, I'm like, you too. Or like when someone says, enjoy the food, I'm like, you too. But they work there making the food.
But they're not going to eat that meal.
No, man.
They're not sitting there with you.
I mean, in terms of the audience, there has been a couple open mics that like people that I've seen like the other day or whatever are doing the same exact set, and so like I already know what's coming, so it's just kind of makes it a little less funny.
Yeah,
to me at least.
Yeah, but they're trying new sets. It's like different audiences.
Well, that's the big difference between doing open mics versus shows, because open mics are just a room full of psychotic morons that want to be on stage and you know, and hear themselves talk. But like doing a show is different because there's a real audience full of like you know, random normies in the crowd.
Real people.
Oh, okay.
So you can, it's like it's a great like barometer for what's actually funny. Because in like a group full of open micers, they kind of like, even at that early level, I think they can kind of see what's coming. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you're setting something up, they're like, oh, it's probably going to go this way. But if it's just like if it's just Greg that works at Ralph's, you know, if he's just there at the show, he's going to crack up.
Yeah.
Because like
he's not a funny person.
Exactly. Exactly.
The best I've ever done on stage was at our show at Comedy Boulevard.
Yeah.
It was like a half-packed room, but mostly there was more normal people than comedians there.
Yeah, the ratio was fantastic.
It was great.
Because you want the most amount of normal people that you can get.
And I went up and, like, you know, I did my first couple jokes, and, like, they were laughing, and then that made me feel good. And then I was like, oh, I'm fine now. Yeah, dude. I sort of sat back and, like, I really had fucking fun, and I filmed it. It's on film. I've been thinking about posting it. You can see that, like, I'm enjoying it up there. And I'm having fun, and my jokes are working, and I'm, like, improvising on a fucking show. And that was the best I've ever done on stage so far.
Yeah. Dude, you crushed it.
That was fucking good.
Also, with a real audience, you can kind of like build that. Bill Burr calls it like a wave.
Yeah.
It's like you build up like this rolling laughter like a wave, and then you kind of like, as soon as you get them, you kind of just ride that into the, you know, like the end of your set. But the same thing happens with bombing, because if you build like a bombing wave, and you're like, ooh.
A bombing wave sucks.
A bombing wave sucks, dude.
Dude, I remember last week I was bombing, and then I acknowledged that I was bombing, which should have
usually gets the sympathy laugh.
Sort of, you get like the sympathy, like, oh, he knows. Yeah, made it worse.
Yeah,
made it worse. I was bombing so hard, and then I acknowledged. I was like, it's so quiet in here. I don't even remember what I said. I was like, it's so quiet in here. Oh, what's going on or whatever. And then it just still silence, like a deeper silence.
Yeah,
somehow, quieter than fucking quiet. And then that made it worse. And then I was like, next joke.
Oh, dude.
And then that didn't work. And then I was just like, all right, good night.
That's all I have.
That's all I got.
That's it.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
That was bullshit, dude.
Give me an example. When was the last time? Well, besides comedy, when was the last time you bombed IRL?
Ooh. I was at Ralph's a few days ago, and I had it was like just some like, I think it was like a thing of paper towels or whatever, and I handed it to the guy, because you know they have those fucking Pyrex screens or whatever.
Yeah.
Those plastic screens in front of all the cash registers now because of COVID.
Yeah, so they don't get COVID.
Hold on. And so I went to hand it to him, and when he went to scan it, I dropped it. And I was like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. And then he was like, it's okay. And he handed it back to me. I bombed the Ralph's checkout.
Is that a bomb?
That's a bomb. Yeah, I think that's a bomb.
That's kind of a bomb.
Ryan?
You're supposed to be perfect all the fucking time.
See, that's the thing. You're supposed to be flawless forever.
At least in my head, you know. I was... I might have told this story before, but I was at work once, pretty recently, and I was standing like at a booth like this. I was standing there, and there was two people on the side of the booth eating, and I was having a conversation with one customer on the left, and then the other customer on the right was like trying to get the ketchup out of the bottle, you know. And so I was talking with this customer.
Hold on, what was it, glass or plastic? This is crucial.
Plastic. Plastic. Okay. And so I was having like a normal conversation with this guy, and then the other guy, squirts the ketchup bottle, and it goes just like that. It goes.
Yeah.
And I crack a grin. I go.
Yeah.
And then
did you notice how every single person at this table cracked a grin?
It's funny
when you went.
That's funny.
It's
dude.
funny, yeah.
So I'm in the middle of a real conversation, and then I hear and then I look and I go. Like that. And then the guy I'm talking to is just like, He looks and I go, and then so I got this dumb grin on my face. Yeah. And then what's like deeper funny is that now I know that like I'm in a conversation and I shouldn't be laughing at this.
Yes.
And he knows that I'm laughing at a fart. Yeah. And he's looking at me going, what a fucking idiot this guy.
Yeah, it's like 3 layers of funny.
And then I like, and I'm just like, I just have this dumb grin. Yeah. And I'm just like, sorry, that was funny. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, that's fine. I get it. And then I had to leave. I had to apologize. I was like, I'm sorry. And then I just walked away.
That guy doesn't sound like a fun time.
Damn. Nah, he wasn't a funny person.
Ian, what about you?
All right, well, that just took me a while to think about this one. So, back when Brent and I were in high school, we worked at Topgolf, and we were food runners. So when they would make the food and put it out for the customers to eat, we would run it up to them. Mm-hmm. So, but the kitchen was on the first floor, so not that far from where this person was. So all I had was a single pizza. So I bring it out to her, like, all happy and jolly, because you're supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
As I was taking it off my tray in my hand, putting it on her table, it falls off.
Oh.
Right in front of her eyes.
Bomb.
I smiled because I thought that was funny. And then I look at her, I'm like, I am so sorry, I'll be right back. And just ran back to the kitchen, like, I need another pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, if that was me, I would have killed that guy.
Yeah, that is a bomb. Dropping the pizza
That's a bomb.
At Topgolf, that is a bomb.
That's
like
a bomb.
She saw it slide off the tray.
Dude, a pizza drop, that's... You never want that, dude.
It's a rookie move right there, a PD, dog.
Ryan's actually got a story about not bombing.
Yeah, I didn't bomb last week.
Mm-hmm.
I announced last week that I had a date.
Ooh.
Episode 19, if you want to hear the beginning part of that. I had a date with a 38-year-old woman from Australia. And it went really well. It went so fucking good. I had so much fun. I'll start by saying most fun I've ever had, like, on a date with a woman ever.
But first date in L.A., right?
You what?
First date in L.A., right?
Yeah, first date in L.A. Mm-hmm. And it was just fun, dude. I don't know, the whole thing. I don't know where to start because I don't know where I left off on the story on episode 19.
Well, you guys went out to have some drinks.
That's right. So we met, and so I told her, hey, let's go out, Thursday night or whatever. And so I meet her at her hotel, and I take her out to this first bar, and it's super nice, and it's really classy. Everyone was dressed up. Not a lot of people there, and we're having some cocktails, and we're talking and like flirting and whatever, and it's just a good time. The conversation was great. Best conversation I've ever had with a woman, and I think that's because she was older. Yeah. Just she had like life experience. I was sitting there and I was just like I'm having such a good time right now, and I don't know. So we went to this first bar and we were there for a few hours, and then we went to the second bar and we started drinking wine. And we were there till like 2:30, 3 in the morning. They had to kick us out. Like the lights came on, and they were like, "It's time. Everybody's got to go." And it was just so fun. She was so interesting. She had so much to talk about. It was like 4 a.m. and we went back to her place, to her hotel, and slept there. Woke up the next morning. And then I walked to the diner.
Yeah.
And that is nearby. I don't want to give out too much information. But and another thing that was cool was that next morning I walked in and I had told one girl that worked there that about the date and whatever, that it was going to happen. And I walk in and she had told all the other girls that worked there. And so I walked through the front door of the diner. And they all go, oh, like that, And
I bet did that feel great or not?
Yeah, dude. That might have felt cooler than the date because I walk in and there's 5 of them, all the 5 girls. They're all close to my age, and they were all like, oh, oh, and they start clapping like this. My face turns red, and I do like a bow like that. And I one of them comes over and like grabs me on the shoulders and like sits me down at the bar, and they're all like, tell us about it. And then I like a 2-second pause, happens, and I'm like, can I have a coffee? And they all laugh, And then so we all sit there and like I tell them how it went and whatever. And it was just so fucking fun, dude.
Dude, hell yeah. I'm glad for
awesome.
you.
Yeah, that's
Best
awesome.
date I ever went on. You guys know I took a long time off of dating.
Yeah.
I got out of some bad shit, and I sort of told myself, I was like, I need to get my shit together here. And I did. I got my shit together. And it took about like 3 years. But and I didn't go on dates. I didn't talk to women or anything. There was a couple women who I could have like dated that I straight up just told no. Because I just wanted to figure my shit out. And I finally did. And another thing about this date was it made me feel like I think I'm ready to get back out there again.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
okay.
good.
Yeah, I feel really fucking good about it
That's fantastic.
because I took a long time off to figure my shit out, and then probably too long, but I was just like, dude, it was just so fucking fun. Like even the little bits, like the little parts, like just like walking into a place and like my hand was on her back, just like man shit, you know what I mean?
Canceled.
Yeah. Yeah. Just all that little shit that I just haven't been able to do for so long, and but I think I'm gonna start like putting myself back out there again,
That's good, man.
and
That's good.
so I'm kind of excited for that. So
Like little man, like opening the door.
yeah, shit like that, dude.
Yeah.
Like we took a couple Ubers that night to different places, and just opening the door. Like I'd open the door and she'd sit down, and I'd shut the door and then
walk around.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
And just like little shit, like I'd go and order a drink and just like pay for it up front.
Mhm.
Just like, hey, just put it here.
Yeah.
Walk back. And it's just like, and she's like, I'm like, all right, it's time to go. And she's like, what about the bill? And I'm like, it's taken care
It's
of.
taken care of.
Just shit like that.
Walking on the inside of the street down the road.
Yeah, dude.
Little shit like that.
Little shit that it's like, dude, it's so nice. And I deprived myself from that for a very long time. And so I'm kind of excited to start doing that kind of shit again. I don't know.
Well, cool, man.
I like that little man, like that. Just like that man shit that for some reason you're not allowed to do these days. Like for some reason, like you're just not allowed to just be a fucking man these days. Like the other day at work, dude.
Yeah.
The other day at work, I work with a lot of women, and they're all around my age or whatever. The other day at work, it was busy, and there was this one barista. She couldn't like open a jar. Fucking classic shit. Like
Classic.
Like she couldn't open like this thing. I forget what it was. And she like I noticed she was trying to open it, and I was doing my thing. She like gave it 2 tries, and then she went, Ryan. She did that.
Yeah.
And that made me feel good.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That just made me feel good.
It's good. It's because it makes you feel useful.
That's right.
There's nothing worse as a guy than like feeling like that you're not contributing.
Yes.
That you're useless. That's
Yes.
that's like the bottom of the barrel feeling as a dude.
She was trying to open this thing, and she tried. I noticed, and she sighed. She went, Ryan, and I was right there. I walked over, grabbed it, popped it off, just like nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking strong and I'm a man. But I popped it off, gave it to her, and I just kept walking.
Yeah, but it's those little things,
And she was
dude.
just like, she was like, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Just like that, like very, very sweet. Thank you, Ryan. And I just fucking that sort of shit makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Well, it's because you know that you're like you feel useful.
yeah.
There's nothing worse than feeling useless.
That's right. If you're just like a sissy boy.
Yeah, if you're just a sissy boy, just a burden.
Yeah,
you take more than you give.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than that.
And I realized that on this date, first date in like 3.5 years.
Yeah, dude.
And so, yeah, dude. I think I'm gonna start putting myself back out there again.
That's good, man. Maybe a couple more dates.
That's right.
here soon.
That's right. Maybe a woman closer to my age.
Hey,
maybe not. Maybe not. I had so much fun with an older woman. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Dude, I'm trying to find like some 98-year-old like old school Hollywood lady that like lives up in the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like an acting teacher.
Or something, or like like a movie star when movies weren't color. You know what I'm saying?
And she's just got like old Hollywood money.
Old Hollywood, like her father owned like a railroad or something like that. And
you just help her out.
Yeah. I just gotta clean her pool or something, whatever. Dude. And I'm just so tight that she's like, hey, fuck my kids.
Yeah,
you're in the will now, and then I just get this awesome place up in like fucking Laurel Canyon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
That's it. She dies. I'm like, yes, here's it. Finally, all this work paid off.
The pool boy. Route. That's the way to go.
That's it. That's like the male version of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is because like what you have as a young guy, it's probably what like old women are looking for.
Probably, yeah. Because then they're like, hey, dude, all my eggs, I shat out all my eggs. I don't know how that works or whatever. So those are gone. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking for a good time. That's it.
The classic thing is like old guys like want young women. You know what I mean? That's like the classic thing. You think old women don't want like a young fucking jacked,
dude,
healthy young man?
Like a Top Gun beach volleyball jacked
dude. The guy who just does that thing that Miles Teller did that is like sexy to me for some reason.
He did.
He did. All the women are going crazy on fucking social media about that fucking cool thing.
And even
he
you
looks so fucking cool.
And even you're sitting there, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. I saw that. And I was like, that's fucking hot.
That's it. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He was just fucking didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think an 89-year-old like old Hollywood lady doesn't look at that and goes,
I want that.
That'd be tight to have. I'd let him.
My pool's super dirty.
Super dirty pool. The dirtiest pool.
You think they don't want a fucking young strapping lad hanging around the house cleaning, and they just pay for your fucking meals and shit?
Yeah, dude.
They do.
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So what you're talking about is a sugar mama.
Yeah, dude, a sugar mama. Hell yes. And then she croaks. I get her fucking estate, and her pool that I pay someone else, some other hot young dude to clean.
That's right.
Fuck it.
That's right, dude. It's just a cycle.
It's a big cycle, yeah.
It never ends.
You're sitting there in this cool house,
It's not a bad gig.
People are like, hey, how'd you get this? You're like, let me tell you. Let me tell you how I got this.
Oh, man.
Man.
I cleaned her pool.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the pool in the backyard.
Hey. Speaking of Top Gun, how fucking cool was Top Gun?
Oh my God.
That was y'all's first time at the Chinese theater also.
Yes.
Ooh, it was,
and Hayden was telling you like that the Chinese theater, the main theater, would ruin regular movie theaters.
And it
forever.
has.
Yeah.
It
Best
has.
movie theater.
Best movie theater. Dude, we got prime seats like a third of the way up, dead center.
Yep.
The sound was incredible. Those jets taking off, it hit you in the fucking chest.
I could feel it. Dude.
It was great.
Top Gun was so fucking good, dude.
Dude, also, how cool is it to just have like a summer blockbuster again? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, movie theater's been out for a while.
Dude, it's like for the last like 2 years. First off, for most of that, you couldn't even go to a movie theater.
Yeah.
And then like on top of that, there was like the Marvel stuff and the superhero shit, whatever. But it was like
Marvel 12.
Yeah, hey, the Avengers kill the bad guy for the 90th time, whatever. This was it wasn't like a standalone because it was a sequel, whatever. But it was like it stood on its own as like a fantastic film. Yeah. And it was cool just to go to like a movie theater, see a fucking badass movie and
without a mask or papers.
Or mask or papers, and then the movie didn't like preach to you like Top Gun Maverick's gay now. Or like so it was just a cool
Maverick
movie.
Is trans.
Yeah, Maverick's a trans pilot. And it's like it was just a straight across the board, just regular cool movie. There wasn't any of that like talking down to you. It was just from end to end, a well-made, action-packed summer blockbuster movie. It was so fucking cool to have that again.
Yeah. Also, that scene where Miles Teller does that thing. Have I brought that up yet? Have I brought that up yet?
Yeah, it's like I think it's the third time actually.
Remember he fucking... Dude. I don't know if you guys remember, but they jump. They're on the beach. They jump and they fucking chest bump each other.
Yeah.
And then he He goes like this.
Yeah. Dude,
yeah, that was cool. I think.
Dude,
you guys,
how many guys across America right now are shaving their beards into just everybody's doing that, dude. If I could grow a mustache, I'd be doing that. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I would have that fucking stash.
Yeah,
I can't grow a stash though.
No, dude, me neither.
Neither can I.
But you know what I can do?
What?
I can get like a sweet tan and like go to the beach.
Yeah.
And like
do that thing that Miles Teller was doing.
I don't know. It wasn't even that cool, but
yeah. No, dude, it was tight.
It was pretty fucking cool,
dude. Leave it, dude. Tom Cruise can like purge all the thetans he wants from his body as long as he keeps making those badass movies.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, but he's a Scientologist. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. That guy could suck L. Ron Hubbard's dick. I wouldn't care, man, dude. He's Tom Cruise. He's like the last big movie star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tom Cruise looked good as fuck too.
I want to dodge a bullet.
How old is he? He's like
he's 59. He turned 60 this year.
Yeah, he had some work done for sure. That dude look young as fuck, dude.
I just think his energy probably keeps him young, dude. How about? Do you remember like when like this wasn't that long ago, but like I distinctly remember knowing like relatives, people that we know when they were 60, and that was like a death sentence, dude. Yeah. They were like geriatric fossils, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like being 60. It's like, yeah, dude, you got another fucking 40 years on you, dude. You're good. You're good.
60 isn't old anymore.
No, 60's not like old anymore, man. Dude, I had teachers growing up that like were 60. And I looked at them and like, you have 2 weeks. Yeah. two and a half. That's
you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
You're done. You're not gonna see my graduation, dog. You know a weird thing about like about being in like your mid-20s is that like you can look back. I had teachers, straight up like teachers in school that were like my age now. And it's like they would go get blackout on the weekend and then come in and like teach trigonometry or something like that. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, dude, those guys,
they were children just like you.
Yeah. I was just like, dude, those old geezers. I'm not gonna be all lame like they are teaching math on a Thursday.
Remember being in high school and you see a teacher like in like the real world outside of school, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
you're like a person.
Yeah. You don't sleep there at on your desk?
Surely you sleep there in the fucking teacher's lounge, right? I don't know.
No, dude. They're at the same bars that you're gonna go to later when you're older.
Also, when you see your teachers out in public, all you want to talk about is school because that's all you know them as.
Yeah.
As a teacher.
And yeah, I'm sure they're like, fuck. They're just trying to have a good time. Like, I gotta talk to this asshole about his C-. He wants me to round up. Oh, man. Dude, the one hot teacher I had.
Mrs. Payne?
Hey, yo, that was quick.
Dude.
That was
quick. Dude, here's the thing.
I might have to bleep that name.
Dude, we went to the same high school. You have to bleep this one because when I had her, she was still Miss Wally.
Okay, both bleep. That's both bleep.
Both bleep. But here's the thing. She got married whilst I was in high school, and dude, she taught level 2 algebra for juniors and seniors.
Man,
dude, blonde.
Yes.
And dude, looking back, she must have. I thought she was like in her like late 30s.
She was probably like fucking 31, 32. Guaranteed.
28.
Nah, I don't think 28.
Maybe when you had her, she was 28.
That's the thing. We had her years apart.
She had to have been, I swear to God, 31, dude.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But anyway, dude, the fucking hottest teacher at that high school. And dude, my buddy...
Don't say the name.
My buddy and I, for the last 2 years of high school, we both had her for math. Both years, and that was my favorite fucking class, dude. Because she would go up there and she'd be like, "X over B minus equals what?" And I'd be like, "Whatever you need it to equal." I'll say anything. Like,
Hayden, what is
she was so hot. Oh my god.
What is X to the thing of the third power? It's just whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you need it to be. I will say
yeah, dude. I'll say whatever you need, man.
I didn't pay attention in any of my fucking classes. I paid attention in that class. I wanted her to think I was smart.
Dude, hottest teacher at that school. I remember one time, this was like junior year or something. I wrestled for a long time as in the sport. Anyway, I had like acted up outside. I was outside of class and like was in trouble. And so the other math teacher across the hall that happened to be the wrestling coach, in class called Miss Wally.
Stop saying names.
Bleep it out, whatever.
I'm not good at bleeping.
All right, we'll bleep it, whatever. Called her and was like, hey, this is the coach. Make him do 100 push-ups in front of the whole class to just like humiliate him.
No way.
Yeah. And she like she
That's
put
so funny.
She put the in every classroom phone down, and she was like, all right, Mr. Hayden, I've just been instructed to order you by this guy to do 100 push-ups in front of the whole class. And I was like, at first I like dreaded it, and then I was like, I'm gonna show her I can do 100 push-ups. You know what I mean? I went up there and I was like, I can do 100
no problem.
No problem. I can do it. And I was like, busted out 100 push-ups, and I was just like, yeah, how you like that?
Yeah, that's nothing. That's
just nothing. And she was like, and then she just went back to like y equals mx plus b over, and I was like, I didn't get her, dude.
Yeah.
She thinks I'm a wimp, dude. Oh man,
that's so funny.
I'm never gonna date this teacher, dude.
It's so funny about the push-ups. I had a theater class in high school, and I was dating this girl, and the time that I had theater, she had like a homeroom or whatever.
Yeah.
And so every single day she would come with like a fake note to the fishbowl. You guys remember the fishbowl?
No.
All right. Well, it was like the office. It was like a code name for the office or whatever. So every day she would come to class with a note from the office saying that I had to go to the office. And so the theater teacher like started to catch on. And so she would come every single fucking day. And so every time she'd come, he made me do 20 push-ups in front of the class. And I would just skip. I would be sitting there. She'd fucking walk in with a note from the office saying that I had to dip. And so I'd do 20 push-ups, and then, yeah, we'd just dip out and smoke cigarettes. And
yeah, dude.
Just fucking hang out, man.
Dude, I got another high school story. There was another guy. So you know how, like, at that high school, how, like, each class would have their own, like, principal, and then there was, like, the main head bitch? Mm-hmm. So the one that I got stuck with was this dude. We'll call him Mr. D.
Sure.
And dude, he was like the realest, like most down to earth guy. I didn't appreciate it at the time, but like that dude was fucking solid. I got in so much trouble with him over the course of 4 years that when I walked for graduation, I shook his hand and he goes, "No hard feelings, right?" Solid dude. Solid dude. He used to live with the wrestling team in his spare time. Yeah, he was like probably pushing 60 and jacked. Solid guy. Anyway, one of our rival high schools, their mascot was the Cougars. And so our cheerleaders, you know the big rotunda in that school?
Yeah.
I forget that you guys didn't go to the same high school.
Yeah,
I've been there a couple times.
They know the school.
Yeah,
they know the school. Anyway, so in the big rotunda, they put up this big sign that said, "Cream the Cougars," because we had a... Oh, no. Hold on. You can see the potential. Here, hold on.
Who let that slide?
Hold on. They put up this big sign that said "Cream the Cougars" in this big rotunda because it was like the football game of the year. They were our crosstown rivals, and so I had like a like study hall or something before class, and I went out to the library and I printed out in big block letters and I put them on the sign. So it said "Cream in the Cougars," and so
solid joke.
I stand by it. And so then the cheerleaders go up there and they rip it down and it goes back to the regular sign. And I was like, I'm not going to be stopped like that. And so I go back to the library and I print out and I slap it back on there.
On the Cougars.
And at this point, it's like it's a problem because it's like in between periods and there's like a crowd and like the whole place is cracking up. And
as they should.
It's hilarious. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, dude, I can't believe this is getting all this thing. And so the cheerleaders go up and they tear the whole sign down with like the shit that I put on there and they just toss it in the trash.
Oh my
Because they were just defeated. And so I'm like, dude, at the height of I'm like, oh, I got him. This is perfect. I get a little tap on the shoulder and it's Mr. D.
Yeah.
And he was like, follow me to my office. And I was like, and I knew where his office was. I've been there a lot of times. And I go in there and I sit down. It's just me and him. And he shuts the door and he locks it. And he sits down and he goes, "Hayden, what does cream in the Cougars mean?" And here's the evil thing about it. he knew what that meant.
He wanted you to say it.
He wanted to hear me fucking say it. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like 16, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, it's when no, Hayden, explain to me.
It's like
explain to me what creaming in a cougar means.
It's like
and I sat there,
thing.
yeah, and I was just like, it's when you come and then
or lady,
yeah, in a lady, whatever, and just over like 5 painstaking minutes, I just ended every time, every word I say, he's like, yeah, this is the punishment.
Yep.
Yeah, and he sits there and he goes, do you think that's appropriate to hang in a school rotunda? And I was like, no,
the
sir.
answer is no.
No, I was like,
is
no.
it appropriate? No. Is it funny?
Yeah.
He was like, I was like, no, Mr. He goes, okay, look, you guys have a wrestling tournament this weekend, all right? So I'm not gonna get you in any trouble.
Yeah.
You're still gonna get to like drive down to Alabama or wherever, and do the wrestling tournament, okay? But if anybody asks you, I gave you 2 weeks detention. Understood?
Yep.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, you're just thinking like, all scared. I was like, yeah. And he goes, okay. I get out of my office. Yep. And I left. And that was the end of it, dude. That was it.
Oh, dude. And I think, dude, all my fucking teachers loved me. All the administrative people loved me. My like classes principal loved me, dude. And I got out of so much shit just because like she knew me and she like knew I was a good person.
Yeah, same thing with Mr. D.
It was nuts, dude. Like I did so much shit that like anyone else would have gotten in trouble for.
Yeah.
But when I got called to the office, I would sit there and she would take her fucking glasses off and just go, Ryan, you know?
Yeah.
And then I would crack a smile, I'd crack a little grin, and then she would crack a grin.
Yeah.
And she would just be like, why you gotta do this? I'm so busy. And I was just like, come on, it's not really that big a deal.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It never was.
It was never that big a deal.
It never was.
And she was just like, Ryan, just look, can you please? Can you just please? And I was like, come on. Come on. It's, you know me. It's you and me. And I always got out of trouble, dude.
And it's so rare, at least like in my time in like high school or whatever. It was so rare to like meet like a person, like a principal or a teacher that was that like looked at you for who you were. You were just like some dumb idiot that was like just trying to figure it out, because most of them, 90% of them, are just like, detention, like fuck this kid, whatever, and they go to the fucking biggest extreme and they just fuck you and they send you away and it's not their problem anymore. And like the white whale of like public education is a person that's like, hey, like what?
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it is funny, but like, I have to deal with it now.
Yeah, but
so if you could just not do this, and then you're like, yeah, okay, I understand.
The most important part of that is like the punishment, because most of like public school is like, well, you did X, so you get Y, and it's like, well, those are the rules. But the best people in education are the ones that like sit down, lock the door, and go, Hayden, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, I thought just, like cream pies were funny, and they're like, look. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right?
And then you take that and you literally, like, the next time you think you're going to do, like, a little funny thing, you actually take that into consideration. You're like, like, he was cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this.
More so than some fucking cunt that's like, hey, 3 weeks detention. Then you're like, well, I'm just going to do this again.
Yeah.
But the literally, like, at that point in your life, the adult that sits down is like, look, like, I understand that that's funny.
Yeah.
I get it, but I can't have you doing it here. So, I'm going to let you off on a warning. I'm going to tell everybody else I gave you detention. This is between you and me.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then you build a trust.
Exactly.
The adult is like, look, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But, like, for me, please don't do something like that.
And then you don't. Yeah. And then you don't, because you're like, you cut me some slack. You actually got like what I'm fucking, my balls just dropped. I'm trying, I know nothing about anything. I smoked my first cigarette a week ago. Like things are so fucking crazy. And to have an adult actually sit down and go, look, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring the full fucking hammer down.
Yeah.
Just take it a little easy. That's an acceptable interaction.
Yeah.
That's fine. Instead of like, we're gonna expel you and send you to the school next to the prison that I went to.
Yeah. Dude, the best example of like someone trying to like make a lesson out of someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone tried to make like teach a lesson out of me.
Dude, that's the fucking worst.
But then I got away with it. Was I was in sophomore or something. I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I pulled my pants down and I sat on the copy machine.
Oh, God.
And I printed out like hundreds of copies of like just like my butt. And like you could barely tell if you've ever sat on a printer or whatever, you can barely tell it's a butt, right? You see like two big white marks and then like some hairs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I printed out like hundreds of copies of my butt, my bare butt on a copier machine, and then I passed them throughout school. And then my whole grade knew that like, hey, yeah, check it. He sat on the printer, Ryan's butt, or whatever. I got dragged into the office, and they were saying, Ryan, you know, everyone in this high school is under 18. What you just did was you just distributed underage pornography.
Oh,
They
dude.
said, and they fucking called mom and dad.
Yeah, dude.
And they were like, your son technically distributed underage pornography.
Why does it have to go there? Do you understand?
This is child pornography, Ryan.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I was sitting
And
in an
it's not.
I was sitting in an office with fucking. They brought mom and dad in, and they placed my butt copy picture.
How funny is that, by the way? How hilarious is
Hilarious.
like, this is the evidence.
Hilarious. And you guys know mom and dad. They were both like, this is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? And like, it was all cool on the outside, but like I was sitting in an office with mom and dad there, and like teachers. And the main principal was slapped a picture of my fucking butt on the table and said, "This is child pornography. This is nothing to joke about. This is nothing to joke about." And I looked at mom, and mom was like, like we'll talk after. Like we'll talk after. And dad was just like, I have so much other shit to do here. Dude, you think I need to be here? You know,
dude. Dad was ready to swing, dude.
So then my grades principal, who had my back, walked in. And talked with the principal. She, like the main principal, she left. Everyone else left. It was just me, mom, dad, and her. And she was like, Ryan, like I like you. Like, it was like that. It was like, and like mom and dad both knew that she liked me, and and she was like, look, this is. I'm just gonna erase this from history.
Yeah,
she was
which she should have.
And if she was so right to do.
Yeah,
like you're gonna send me to jail as a 16-year-old
for photocopying my ass
for child
my
pornography?
Ass,
dude. That could have if I had gotten charged with child pornography.
The rest of your life's over. Done.
Yeah, fucked for what? A joke?
Yeah,
my butt.
Dude,
on the printer?
that was my whole fucking gripe with all of fucking high school. Was like everything was like to the nth degree, dude. I got in trouble one time,
and I got off. That's the end of the story. I got off. She let me off.
Good, as you should have been.
She was like, listen, it's not. This is nothing, Ryan. Don't do it again. And I was sitting there grinning. And I fucking hugged her after. And and mom and dad weren't mad because mom and dad are fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, dude.
This story is funny. There was this one time I was driving to school one morning. It was me and my two buddies in a single cab truck. So it was the driver, and I was in the middle, and my buddy was on the right? So a single cab truck, tiny truck, little Tacoma. We were driving to school. We were all three smoking. All three of us had a cigarette in our hand. We're almost to school. We're going through Bent Creek, I think it was. And so, just enough time for a cig.
Hell right? Yeah, dude.
And so we all three had a cig. We're ashing out the windows and whatever. We get pulled over. The driver and myself are both like 16. My buddy on the right was 18. So the biggest deal then was like, don't want a tobacco citation, dude. Mm-hmm. You don't want to get a tobacco citation. Oh, yeah. Remember, that was the biggest deal then? So we're all three smoking a cigarette. We get pulled over. Me and my buddy both hand our cigarettes to my 18-year-old buddy. I swear to God. The cop comes up to the window, and my buddy rolls it down, And he goes, where you guys headed? He goes, to school. And he looks at my buddy. He's holding 3 cigarettes in his 4 fingers. The cop goes, he goes, are you smoking 3 cigarettes? And without missing a beat, my buddy goes, yup. Just like that, dude. Just like that. Ooh, and like the cop knew. Yeah. The cop knew, dude. And later on, he took our IDs and he gave them back, and he was just like, "You guys get to school now."
Yeah,
and it was just
as he should.
So funny,
as he should,
because the cop knew.
Yeah,
what? Of course, he wasn't smoking 3 cigarettes. But
oh my god,
he just said, "You know what? These boys aren't causing any trouble."
Man,
and he said.
Yeah.
He said, you boys get to school.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, yes, of course,
yes,
of course. I'm sorry.
Of course. Yeah.
And we fucking went to school, man. Every once in a while, you get that fucking cool guy who just gets it. Mm-hmm. And
that, dude, that's so rare in every area of life. It's not just like teachers or cops or anything. It's like, it's so rare to get that one dude that's just like, all right.
I get it, man.
Because most people, they're like, well, these are the rules. We gotta follow. It's like, or is this like life that is chaotic and random?
Yeah.
Or is this like you're going through some shit and some weird shit happens. There's variabilities, but it's like, no, we gotta stick to the rules. It's like those people are the fucking worst.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a good experience with a cop. So like, I just turned 16 and we just got our license. Literally the day after. I was driving, I got some Sonic, and on the way back, I stopped at a 4-way, and I'm like, oh, cool, I have a car. I'm going to try to spin my front tire since they were front-wheel drive. So as I was peeling out, going a little too fast, taking that turn, a cop comes up behind me, turns on his lights. I'm like, oh, shit, shivering, like, oh, I got to call my dad now. You know how all 16-year-olds are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I pull over, and he comes up to the window and handled my shit, and he was like, you know how fast you were going? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, out of that turn? He's like, yeah, you're going a little too fast. How fast is a little too fast? He didn't even give me a speed. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't know. He was like, you were going 3 miles over the speed limit. I'm like, oh, God.
Dude.
So he goes back, runs my ID and stuff. Mm-hmm. Comes up, he was like, all right, I'm going to write you a ticket for, a little excess speed. And then I was like, I'm just going to bullshit with him. So I started talking to him. Then he was like, yeah, I used to be a race car driver. And that's how I knew I got him.
Right on.
But like we were just talking, and he was like, you know what? Screw it. Just go home and just slow down.
Dude, hell yeah.
Because you're a nice fucking young man.
Blue lives mattered then. That one time.
Blue lives mattered before it was cool to me, right?
Yeah,
right, guys.
That's the first good experience, and probably the last that I ever had with a cop.
I had if we're talking about cop stories, I was back in the Jeep, which was rear wheel drive.
Here you go.
Not that matters, but I was living down in the town south of the place. I had just dropped out of college, and I got mad about like just something. I forget what it was. It was probably something that happened back at the house and the thing. And I was
We're
like
very vague here on this podcast.
Yeah. No names, but I was in like a vicious rage. I was on my way back home. It was probably something with that fucking golf course I fucking worked at. Whatever. Anyway,
with the boss whose name is something.
Yeah, with the boss who fucking.
Yeah, keep being super vague.
Whatever. Anyway. Anyway, I was in a mood, and I hopped on 24.
I was about to say, you can say the highway. I was about to. If you say, I hopped on a highway.
Yeah. No, I hopped on 24, and I was just like, it was one of those things where it was like from the course to the
your house.
No, to the freeway. I was doing that like, you motherfucker, fucking bullshit. Yeah. I was just doing one of those. I bottled it up, and then I got on the freeway. the highway, whatever, and I was just like, you motherfucker! And I started like slamming my steering wheel, and I fucking gunned it up to like 110, the fastest that Jeep could fucking go. I was just like, you motherfucker! I was just like yelling and smacking the steering wheel, getting it all out, and the state trooper like pulls up. I've gotten better on the anger, by the way, as of late. But anyway, this state trooper pulls up beside me, and I don't see him, but he flashes like only his side light to get my attention because like it's like sunset. And I was just like, you motherfucker, I'll fucking kill you, fucking. And I look over at him, and he just goes, and I go,
solid.
and then he speeds up, takes off, and I slow down. It's like, dude, that guy could have given me like a fucking awful speeding ticket, but he was just like, hey.
And you would have had to go to court.
Yeah,
like call off of work.
Dude, exactly. But instead, he went up and he flashed aside of me, and I was just like,
yeah.
And he goes, relax.
That's the same thing actually.
And then pulled off, and I was just like, I was kind of chill the whole ride back home.
So much better. Than I've learned so much more from like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Than like we're gonna really fucking give it to you now.
We're gonna make an example out of you.
You gotta call off of work and go to court for fucking 8 hours.
That guy could have given me like a $300 speeding ticket for how fast.
Pay a bunch of money.
Yeah. But dude, the thing was that like I've thought about this a lot. Like in his mind, he saw a dude zip past like an intersection or like an underpass or whatever, and he pulled out. He was like, he probably like ran my plates, and then he pulled up next to me, and like you know how much glass a Cherokee is, and he saw me going, you motherfucker, I'll fucking kill you. I'm so fucking mad. And then instead of being like, I'm gonna ruin this guy's next 6 months, he just went like, whoop whoop.
Yeah. And he said, man to man, he said, hey, slow down.
Yeah.
And you went, you're right.
Yeah.
And you slowed down, and he went on his fucking way.
Exactly. And I don't understand why more situations can't be like that.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it that more of the time?
I don't know, dude.
I don't get it, man.
I'm going to make a drink real quick, folks.
Yeah.
Let's
pause.
All right. Yeah, you guys hurry it all. We don't have dinner. We don't have a dinner for tonight. It's already. What time is it? It's already fucking 11.
Oh my!
We don't have a dinner.
Are they places even open?
What about a pizza? You guys want a pizza?
You want some Prappy J's, dude?
Prappy J's.
Happy John's.
Yeah, dude.
Some PJs.
Some Prap Jacks.
Yeah, dude.
I'll order a pizza. You guys want a pizza?
You want some Lappy Baps, man? Yeah, dude.
Let me get a phone. Mine's recording. Someone give me their phone.
I got you.
Are we doing this on air?
Yeah, we'll just do it on air, dude.
for the listeners. You'll put it on speaker.
All right. I'll just order a pizza. Hold on.
All right.
You should get the pizza guy on this podcast.
Yeah, man. What if we brought him in?
He just.
They gotta be like, I'm not walking up 4 fucking flights of stairs to get.
They close at 10. They're closed.
Oh fuck.
There should be a pizza joint open 24/7.
Hold on. What if I'm just gonna call him, see what happens.
Domino's closes at 12. Are you guys
really?
You guys Domino's guys?
I like Domino's. I like pizza.
Ooh, does Hayden have a gripe?
Hey man,
with Domino's?
we get where's the Domino's?
It's just 3 minutes away.
It's
closing soon. Hold on.
0.5. It closes at 12.
Oh yeah, we got an hour. All right, I'm gonna call Domino's.
Call Domino's.
Yeah.
Here. I remember when I was a kid, I got prescribed Adderall when I was like 10. 11, 12 maybe. I was actually like a young, I was like a child.
Yeah.
And at the time like I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It made me feel like a drone. I was just like sleepy all the time and like all my energy was just fucking gone.
Yeah.
But like growing up to now, I know I like literally every person my age that I talk to, most of them, they're like, yeah, I got Ritalin or whatever. I was put on some drug at 12, dude. Like, what the hell was that?
I don't know.
What was that whole thing about giving children drugs?
I always hated taking the Adderall, and it was prescribed to me because doctors were like, hey, you're having a hard time paying attention in class.
What, you mean in this boring?
Well, you mean
institution?
Like
you mean I'm having trouble paying attention to math while my parents are getting divorced at home.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry I can't pay attention.
Yeah.
When my life is crumbling. So they would give me Adderall, and it did what it was supposed to do. It changed. It made me focus. It made me fucking like lazy and just fucking a robot. Mm-hmm. And I hated it. So I would never take it. I would fake take it. Mom and dad would be like, did you take it? Yeah, I took it. I'd just fucking put it in my pocket or flick it under the
The dresser?
The microwave or whatever.
Yeah.
And because I didn't like the way it made me feel. Because it changed who I fucking actually was.
Yeah.
It makes you feel awkward. You didn't even want to talk to people.
Yeah.
No,
I was
dude.
Antisocial.
Yeah.
Horrible. And it's the same with like fucking certain drugs and with pot. Pot just made me, first off, feel like a big loser.
Yeah, which you
First
should.
off, yes.
Pot's the worst drug. Let me be clear.
Anytime I smoked pot, I thought, oh, I'm a big fucking loser.
Yeah.
But then it also made me feel like just like a drone robot. Like I'm just not achieving what I know I could.
Dude, it took all my energy away. Like literally the pharmaceutical knowledge at the time was like, hey, you have a child that like has a lot of energy, drug him? Yeah. What? Are you out of your fucking mind? And then all those parents were just like, this is what the doctor says. You put your child on drugs.
You gotta listen to the guys with PhD. I mean, come on.
Hey, your 11-year-old is full of energy and running around and won't sit down and listen to math.
Give him pills. Give him pills.
No, you're right. My son is fucked up. You're right.
You should give him pills.
Here's a check for $20,000.
Dude, fuck it. Look, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was never prescribed for
You're the
Adderall.
golden child.
I never got prescribed for anything.
Yeah. That's because we were the test dummies.
Maybe a little bit.
Mom and Dad tested shit out on us, and by the time you guys came around, they're like, "We got this."
Brennan, you're fine. You're the other two.
Well, I think that like I definitely had some level of like ADHD or ADD, like probably most kids, but I was just never prescribed anything, and I thought that was kind of weird.
What I boiled it down to was it's. I don't think it's not as simple as just I have ADHD. That's what's wrong with me. It's not that simple. It was like layers deep with that. Than that. So Hayden and I grew up, we talked about this on the last podcast. Hayden and I grew up with mom and dad, knowing them at a certain level.
This is something that I actually wanted to bring up. I'm glad. Yeah.
So we grew up, prime fucking divorce time.
Yeah.
Which totally fucked. That's why I acted up in class, right?
Yeah.
And no one knew it at the time, but it was just, it's just ADHD. That's what it is. Give them pills.
Hey Hayden, why do you cause so much trouble? I don't know.
Maybe because
my life is falling apart in real time, and I'm fucking 12.
Yeah. Hey Ryan, you don't seem to be able to turn your work in on time. What's going on at home? What's going on at home? My support beams are crumbling. Yeah. And I can't fucking pay attention.
Do you know what a divorce box is?
Yeah.
Do you know what putting all of your week's worth of stuff into a pretty little box is?
Our divorce worked where we would go from mom to dad's house week by week. So every single week, we would pack all our shit up into a little fucking box.
Well, fucking 4 of them. Fucking bullshit little box.
Throw it into the Cherokee and fucking go to mom's. And we were there for a week. And then we're at dad's for a week. Mm-hmm. And then, so, look, we got the brunt of it. So then by the time you guys were that age, I think it was so much more healthy, by the way.
Look, dude, here's the thing. Let me say, by the time you guys kind of came of age in front of it, it was way more healthy. It was the situation that should have happened all along.
Yeah.
We just got the weird I'm mad forever kind of version of it. You know what I mean?
That's why we're comedians.
Is it? I don't know, dude.
No, I believe that 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
At the same time, I realized as when parents have kids, normally the first one, the most the strictest to, right?
Yeah.
And they got the second one, and then they're like, eh. When it became Brennan and I, we could literally do whatever we want.
Yeah, that's why we got the fucking rod.
Yeah.
Dad literally went down to Home Depot, got a 2x4, and was like, "You misbehaved." Bam! There's the fucking rod. There you go.
Fucking hit growing up.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Ryan would come back late, Mom would get pissy, and Dad.
Yeah.
But then when Brent and I did it, they're like, "Oh, glad you're home safe."
Yeah, because they've been down that road. They were sick of telling their kids, "Hey, you shouldn't do that."
And that's no hate on them. That they realized over time, it's not as big a deal as it should be.
Yeah.
That's no hate to them.
I actually this is what I crossed off. I wanted to talk about the difference between like the mom and dad that raised us versus the mom and dad that raised you, because one of the biggest things was that the dad that I remember, I'm the oldest of this whole troop. I remember a very like angry and loud dad. I remember a guy that was like, if you didn't put the straws in the McDonald's bag, he would drive back around the turn, but he'd go back down the interstate 2 exits and yell at the guy.
That's not a real story. That's a built-up story.
I remember a very like unhinged, angry like person.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. As a very young person, but since then he's morphed into, I think, a very kind of easygoing guy.
The best, just the fucking best.
But here's the thing. I don't like hold him to that in the same sense that like I'm the same age now that Dad was when I think I'm even older than that when I was born.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine like being in this state of mind and doing anything other than like, you fucking put your fucking toys up. Yeah. And another thing, I couldn't imagine anything other than that. But anyway, he's much more calmed down. He's at peace. It's good. It's good.
I don't judge mom and dad for anything.
I don't judge them at all until very recently, because I get like that's how stressful is raising having 2 boys and then knowing, hey, ×2 on the way. There you go.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck.
And then a divorce.
Fuck. Yeah, and then a divorce. Anyway, that's not what I was talking about. I remember a very different version of Dad that I don't even think you guys like got to kind of meet at all. Yeah. But he was very like on edge and like unhinged at times. And super mad, which like looking back now, that knowing that I didn't recognize it at the time is kind of funny. It's kind of funny, being like, hey, you're like your kid acts up at school. It's like, you motherfucker. I kind of get it. I kind of get being that like upset.
I doubt he never said you motherfucker.
No, he never cursed, but I kind of I get the anger.
Yeah,
I get it. It's kind of funny now, but I'm curious to see like what like your impression of Dad, growing up. Let me start with this. Specifically, Mom was at least a little bit consistent like my whole life. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
But Mom was a really good like rock. One thing that Mom was fantastic at was letting Ryan and I do dangerous things like carefully. She because Mom, she's super adventurous and like she has a fantastic spirit. So like I remember one time I was like I must have been like 13. I got a skateboard for one of my birthdays, and you remember the house in the place. You remember how steep the driveway was?
Oh my god, I remember this.
Hold on, but do you remember how like on the right there on the right quarter of the driveway it was a smooth pass, but on the 3 other quarters there was a lip.
Yep.
I had just got the skateboard, and I was like, I'm gonna bomb down the driveway. I want to go fast. And Mom was like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, no, but I want it. And she was like, all right,
we'll see how this goes.
We'll see how this goes. And she let me. She like, and this is a very important thing. She let me hop on that skateboard and go down. And I clipped the thing and ate shit and got road rash all over my body. And then like when she came down there, when I was like crying, weeping like a little bitch, she was like, I told you shouldn't have done that thing. But, you were right. You were right. I was covered in scabs and everything. But the thing was, like a shitty mom would be like, no, we're not going to let you do that.
Yeah.
That's too dangerous. But she had like the motherly foresight to be like, all right, look, he's going to do this once and learn a very important lesson.
Exactly.
that it hurts to bomb a skateboard down a fucking driveway.
Mom was a little more relaxed with things.
Yeah.
And Dad was more of the law.
Yeah.
And that's not like a dig. That's just like, it's important. He had to have been the law.
Yeah.
And mom had to have been because they can't both be the law.
No, because then nothing happens.
Yeah, then you don't learn, and they both can't be the fucking relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know buddies with parents who are both like the relaxed, hey, we'll do whatever you want. They're fucking losers. Mm-hmm. And I know fucking buddies whose parents are both like the law.
Yeah.
And they're fucking robots. It had to have been both.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
And it was perfectly both.
Yeah.
Mom was like just a little more relaxed. And dad was more of the law, and it worked. It worked.
And a little more like wild, like if dad had been standing there when I like stepped on the skateboard, he probably would have been like, I don't know about that. Mom was like, go ahead, go ahead, hey, go ahead. Yeah. And then when I was sitting there like, oh, I've got road rash and I have scabs, she was like, you're not gonna do that again, right? Yeah. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm never doing that again.
And dad would have been like, bet you're not gonna do that.
Dude. Yeah.
It was perfect, and they were better fucking separate, dude.
Yeah, mom and dad were better parents like separately than they were together. But I'm interested in like what were your guys' impressions of mom and dad like early on?
Well, for me, like I remember I have a vision, as you brought it up, of mom coming into our room when we had bunk beds when we lived at mom's house.
Yeah,
you're like, hey, Ian, Brennan, come to our room, and then they were talking about, hey, we're getting separated. We didn't really know it at the point.
I didn't know what that word meant.
But I part of me did though. But like, I knew that was happening, but it didn't click until I guess dad started sleeping on the couch. Like that's when I'm like, oh shit. Okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that sucked, guys.
No, I had something else, but like,
remember that? Hey, you guys remember that?
Hey, come on. Continue.
Nah, I'm just fucking around.
But like, I mean, as you were saying, yeah, they're honestly better apart. I don't really remember dad being, I guess, angry, as you were talking about. I do remember getting the rod though. I know you keep giving us bullshit.
I promise we got the rod.
We got the rod.
Like a couple of times. No, we 100% got the rod.
Oh, man.
Yeah, okay. Like once or twice.
I think Hayden got more of an early, and it's just because of fucking age and time. Hayden got more of early on, mom and dad. I got like a weird tail end of that.
You're the middle child. Yeah. The classic middle child.
That's how it always is.
I got the weird tail end of you, but then the weird like new start of who they are today of you guys. Mm-hmm. I got that weird little middle part.
Honestly, I think you were in the worst set of anybody.
I got it all. Like, I got everything. I got every fucking version.
Yeah, man.
And
but like,
I don't know.
I just growing up, like every time Ryan would do something, they would get mad. And I think I already said it, but then if we did something, they'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like I think it's all like, if any family, it's always like that though.
Yeah, man. It's because like the fourth time that you encounter something, you're like, well, yeah, it's not.
I think the pizza guy's here.
Hold on. Hello. Copy that. I will be out there in just 30 seconds. No problem. All right.
Hey, how's your relationship with your parents?
You want to go on the podcast?
Do you need help, Ryan?
No, I got it.
Shit. Yeah, you need a couple dollars.
No, we're good.
It's 41.
Is it cash?
Oh, wait. You put your card in, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to tip him.
Okay.
Yeah, tip him, take the cash. Let us know what's left. But yeah, B-Dog, what was your kind of like relationship with?
How was your divorce, guys?
Hey.
Okay, super depressing.
I kind of think Ryan put it great that like dad was more of the law and mom was more of the relaxed and chill, like for us growing up. But like I said on the last podcast, it sounds like bad to say, but my memories kind of start after the divorce.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple of things before, but that's also because we were in like third grade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As like we genuinely don't have like memories before that.
That makes sense.
But no, it just became very normal to us. I don't really know. Going back and forth, it was like, Hayden, it's Friday. We gotta up in the Cherokee.
Yeah, the depression boxes in the back of the Cherokee. Yeah.
Sorry, it might sound normal, but not normal. Fucking weird, but it felt normal having two separate houses.
Well, dude, because all the people like I was friends with, all of their parents were divorced, and they were like
half of our school was divorced.
Yeah, kind of this. They were doing like kind of the same thing as we were doing, and I always heard like worse stories from my buddies and their parents. I was like, holy shit, that's not my parents at all.
How lucky did we get?
Oh yeah.
How clean was that split?
Yeah.
Because like I had this one friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but her parents got divorced because.
Hey, shut up about divorce.
Come on, get the pizza. Come on. No, don't worry. Put it on the counter. You were saying.
But the way her parents got split is because, well, give or take, their parents are like almost 50, but the mom started cheating.
Oh no.
And I got another friend. Their parents, like, his dad would beat her wife or his wife. So it's just kind of like, yo, what the hell? That should not be happening.
It kind of made us feel a little bit more like lucky about how the whole thing went down.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know it sounds dark, but I'm just putting it out there.
We kind of got a clean split when you think about it.
Nothing really bad happened.
No, dude, no. It was very clean. And honestly, like looking, like I was super angry. Like hey man, more angry than I am now. The older I get, the more kind of like at peace I get. I've shifted my anger to other things and other people, but whatever. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, like that, like I think it was the right call, and I think it happened like the best way possible.
Solid divorce.
I gotta put it that way, Ryan.
Solid divorce, dog.
Do you guys want some fucking slices?
No, we have a few more segments. I think we can get to them, but then we can do some pizza. Because I think pizza's the end of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Eat some pizza on the podcast.
No.
Really want some?
No, we're not.
All right,
we're not gonna do that.
hold on.
We have a few more. Actually, while he's gone, I have two stories that I want to share.
Okay.
that have stayed with me my entire life. One is about mom. One is about dad. They're separate stories. So, one time I was in middle school and I had just gotten expelled. I was like in 8th grade and I had been acting up too much, and they were like, you can't be here anymore. And like I think it was like a couple of weeks before this, mom drove to that middle school in the minivan, and on the way there she got a speeding ticket. So she pulled up to the school with a cop behind her, and only for me to come out as like the expelled kid. And so like everyone there was like, what kind of child is this lady raising? And I'm dude, as an adult now, I can't like even like wrap my head around how, first off, embarrassing, and second off, stressful that must have been, because it's like, hey, I'm pulling up to get my kid that was expelled and a cop's behind me, so fuck me, I guess, you know what I mean? And then anyway, like, so the actual expulsion happened like a couple of weeks later, I think. Mom will correct me if I'm reminiscing this wrong, but Uncle Tad came to pick me up in that truck.
Yeah.
And mom was in the passenger seat, and I had to get in the jump seat of the back of it. and mom yelled at me the whole ride home. And I was in the passenger seat jump seat, so I could see every time she was like, and you did this, and then you did this, and every time she would say something that I did, Uncle Tad would grin a little bit. I was like, dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Uncle Tad was
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was so funny. And then my other story about dad, it wasn't about like getting kicked out of school, but it was just it was just like one of my favorite like memories with him, that for whatever reason, like all of like the thoughts, that go on, all the memories that I have, like for some reason this sticks. There was a snow day at a elementary school that I went to in Nashville, and it was like once in a decade snowstorm, and dad came and picked me up in his Cherokee, and we were driving down that road.
Mm-hmm. You can say road.
We were driving down Hobbs back towards where we lived, and it was so snowy that dad couldn't see the curb, and he hit a curb, and we did like a 360, and then we finally stopped. and I was a kid, dude. I was like 9, like maybe. And I was like, the car just did like a 360 4 times. I was just like I freaked out. I was just like, what? I looked over to him, and he was just like, I guess there was a curb there, and he put the car back in first, and then kept going. And it was like that, that was one of the first, I guess, like memories for me. It was like that's what a man is.
Yeah.
That's what a man does. It's like something crazy happens, and it's like everybody looks over to you, and you're just like, all right, answers back to first. Let's go.
A man doesn't panic.
No.
A man doesn't get angry.
No.
A man fucking is in a situation and everyone looks at that person.
Yeah.
In any room, they know who it is. And,
yeah, exactly.
And then you go, hey, I got it.
Yeah.
And then you go, this is what we're going to do.
This is what we're going to do.
And then you do it. And then everything is fucking solved.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
all right.
Done. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what a fucking man is.
That's what a man is, dude.
We need more of those, and at least everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We need more men and less.
Is that cut?
Maybe that's cut.
All right. Anything you guys want to end on? Because we're about to wrap this up.
I got nothing else right now.
I actually have another story we could talk about on this podcast.
What's up?
Depends what the story is.
When we took that ski trip.
Oh, great!
That's a good.
Yes, great story.
topic,
Yeah,
right?
let's bring that up.
Great ski trip.
So, pause. So, when you slid down that fucking hill, that was all ice.
What?
Dude, you fucking sucked at snowboarding.
You got so mad.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but
you fucking suck at snowboarding.
I refused to quit because I was so angry.
You would get up on the board and you'd go like 10 feet and then you'd smash and then you just fucking pound the fucking snow.
I fucking suck. God damn it.
Bullshit. It's the fucking board.
Be here.
It's the board. I got a dumb board. And then you'd go another 10 feet and smash, and fucking me and everyone else were laughing at you.
Yeah, but I never quit.
I never quit. You never fucking
I was gonna have mandatory fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Forced fun.
The funniest part, besides him, was we took a bus to the top of the hill, and then Dad was like, "All right, we're gonna hop back on the bus and start lower." You're like, "Nah, I got this." So it was all ice though, because it's early in the morning. But you started sliding down or going down. All you hear is, and you just fall on your ass and just slide all the way down the hill. And then we meet you, and you're just like, "Oh, what took you so long?"
I remember that. I
silent.
dude. It was like a movie. I slid down like on my ass, like still on the floor, not upright. And then as soon as I stopped, I was like, "What took you guys so long?"
I broke my fucking collarbone on that trip.
Hold on, let me start this story.
Yeah, get some background on this.
Hold on. So we were going snowboarding in a state, and.
How vague can we be?
You can see the state.
It's all right. We were going snowboarding somewhere, and this was like 8 years ago? 9 maybe?
No, 10.
Bro,
It
I had
was
to have
10
been
years
17, 16.
Yeah,
So
it was like middle
it was a
school.
long time ago. Anyway, so it's our first day on the mountain. I had never skied or snowboarded, but I had skateboarded, and I was like, that's the same thing, but just with white, so what's the point? And so I hopped on a snowboard, and so Ryan and I are sitting there at the Lazy Susan of chairs, the carousel, and we get on there, and the first people get off, and then the second people get off on the second slope, and we look at each other, and we were like, hey, let's do the double black diamond.
We got the double black diamond.
Never snowboarded before, ever. And so we go all the way up to the top of this mountain.
And I want to say, dude, we get up to the double black diamond, silence. All you hear is...
That's the other thing. I actually used to do this joke as like a bit, but at the bottom of the mountain, it says like celebrate good time, and then you get one stop up, and there's like people talking, and then you get like 5 stops up, and it's like. It's silence. You don't hear anything. You can't even see the bottom. And so we get up to
You see people fucking with oxygen tanks.
Yeah.
Their fucking
Yeah.
hoses on.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's go. We're totally going to go.
Yeah, it's insane. So we get up there and there's like nobody. And we're like, I guess we're skiing down the double black diamond. And so anyway, so we hit the first like 4 or 5 corners. To our credit, pretty good. And then there's this fucking this diabolical right hooker hangar, rather, whatever. And Ryan's in front of me, and we're going down, and he takes like a left to right skid to slow down, and the front of his board hooks the sand.
I clip,
and he face plants.
I face plant. My right shoulder hits the snow. Immediately, I felt it break. And I was like, "That's broken." So I skid on my front face for like fucking 20 feet, and I come to a stop, and Hayden comes zipping by.
I go zipping by, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?"
He goes, "Hey, what
and I see him sitting there like, and so I bail, I like crash, and then I take my board off, and I hike up like it's not a quarter mile, it's a little less than a quarter mile up around this like long curve, and I see him, and this poor dude has managed to like while holding his collarbone like Darth Vader drag himself.
I was Anakin after getting fucking
he dragged himself to the side.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, and he's sitting there face down, and I run up, I take all my shit off, and I turn him over, and he goes plop, and I'm like, "Hey, are you okay?" And he's laughing. Here's the thing, he's laughing. He's like hysterically laughing, and I was like, "Dude, what's so funny?" And he goes, "I broke my collarbone." and I was like, "What?" And he goes,
"Because I knew how bad this situation."
Yeah. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Dad's gonna be so mad."
Let's just say this is the second day too. I have a week
This is the second day of like a week trip, and he goes, "Dad's gonna be so upset."
Dad's gonna be pissed.
And then he like took his goggles off, and I sat back on my ass, and I started laughing just because of how absurd that situation was.
We were sitting up there crying,
just laughing our asses off
because the situation was hilarious.
The
situation was more funny than the pain was. Bad.
Yeah. You were in shock, I'm sure.
I am on top of a mountain with a fucking broken collarbone.
And we're on vacation. It's supposed to be a good time.
Yeah, and Dad's just gonna be mad. We had to wave someone down, and they radioed to the support.
No. We had to wait. We were on there for like an hour.
Yeah.
We flagged the guy down. They had to go down the double black diamond, navigate that, and then go, "Hey, there's an almost dead guy up there with a broken collarbone."
The paramedics had to take the fucking ski lift to the top.
Yeah.
Ski down slowly to us.
Yeah.
They pull up to us where we're sitting there laughing. And they're like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "My fucking collarbone is fucked." And then I had to ride down on a fucking...
The most bumpiest...
Yeah. Imagine one of those lifeguard boards. You know those boards that they fucking save a guy from drowning with?
Yeah.
I rode down on that behind like a pro skier or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking Shaun White. I rode down behind Shaun White. And got back down, and Dad was standing there like this.
Before Dad even got to Ryan, we were eating. I think at lunch. It was me, Dad, Brennan, and Uncle Jim.
Yeah.
And then Dad picks up the phone, and I don't know what he was talking about, but all I heard was a... just the classic Dad, just a...
that large exhale, dude. The classic Dad, just like.
What'd he say? I'll be right there.
So he was like, "All right, I'll be right there."
And we were waiting at the bottom of the hill for you guys, or something.
For a minute.
Dude. Here's the untold story. Like I was there. They put Ryan in the thing, and they went down, and I was like,
stuck?
No, hold on. I was like, all right, Ryan's good. And then I looked around. I was like, I'm the only one sitting on this.
You still gotta ski down.
The pro skiers that fucking saved me and brought me down. They were like, "You good?" You're like, "I'm good."
Yeah. Dude. So I like paralleled like the whole way down. I was just like,
you pizza down.
Yeah, dude. The whole way down, I finally made it to the bottom. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh, dude.
And didn't tell him about the hospital trip with trying to get back up.
This is the real untold story.
None of us were there. It was just you and Dad.
I get down to the bottom, and I'm lying in the ski lodge with like a doctor maybe, and the fucking guys who brought me down, and they're like, "How you feeling?" And I'm like, "My collarbone is fucking shattered, dude." And they're like, "We got to take you to the hospital." And so I think you guys take the. Maybe you guys take the bus, or did Dad drive you?
No, I think we did.
It was all of us took the bus, and I think Uncle Jim stayed with you while Dad went to go get the car.
Maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is I fucking go to the hospital with Dad, and they're like, "Look, there's nothing you can do for a collarbone. You just have to leave it.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah, you just have, and it's like a little. You can feel a little bump.
Yeah.
I still have a little bump there.
Yeah, dude.
So I get to the hospital, and they're like, I'm like, yeah, my collarbone's broken. Can you fix it, doctors? And they're like, no, you just have to leave it. What the fuck? You guys were fucking doctors, dude. No, you just have to let it be broken. And then I was like, well, so it's going to heal? Yeah, but super fucked up. That's pretty much what they said. So I'm sitting in the hospital with Dad. A snowstorm hits.
Dude, let me interject. So we get back up to the condo, and we flip on just like background,
which is at the top of a mountain.
The top of a mountain. So we just flip on some background TV, and they're like, "This is the worst snowstorm we've seen in 100 years." They go, 100 years have gone past, and this is the worst one.
Once in 100.
Once in 100 year snowstorm, and it's like 12 feet.
Yeah.
Like just like an ungodly amount of snow just comes pouring down, and so back to the hospital.
It fucked us. So we're sitting in the hospital. And they're like, yeah, it's just broke, and it's gonna heal broke. You can leave now. And I'm like, I don't think I should leave right now. So we're in the VW, we're in the Jetta.
The Jetta.
The fucking hatchback Jetta.
With chains. Dad put chains on.
So we left the hospital and we went to like an O'Reilly's or something.
Yeah.
And we got chains.
Okay.
And we got chains, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and Dad's trying to put the chains on, and he's like, fucking chains.
What a dad moment. What a dad moment. He's like, these motherfucking chains. He's sitting there, I got a fucking broke son.
Not only like just Dad, you know how fucking hard it is to put chains on
by yourself.
I've had to put chains on tires like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
You have to like lie them out and then get back in and pull forward and then like connect them, and it's hard. It's just like the hardest thing ever. And I'm sitting there with a broken collarbone. Useless.
My son's dying in the car.
Just useless. And I remember saying, I was like, can I help? And he was like, I got it. I fucking got it.
I fucking got it.
He gets the chains on a fucking VW Jetta.
4 of them.
Which shouldn't have fucking chains on it. In the
Yeah.
He gets the chains on the fucking Jetta, dude. And then we make our way up this mountain. And we're at the base of the mountain. And already, I'm like looking at him like, it doesn't look too good. We are slipping and sliding all over this fucking road. We get to the base of the mountain. We start going up, and we're just sliding all over the fucking road. And it's like a curvy road.
Yeah.
And it starts getting steep. There was a couple times where like we were going up, and we would stop, and we would slide backwards. We would slide backwards. And like turn sideways, and I was sitting there just like feeling bad. I felt like a burden. I'm like, yeah, can I help in any way? And he was just like, I just need you to be quiet right now. You know what I mean? Fucking Dad, dude.
I heard that in Dad's voice. I should you be quiet right now.
That was stick shift too, right?
Yeah, it was a stick. He was like, I just need you to...
He was concentrating so hard. He was just like...
Dude, I don't even think we made it to like the fucking...
You didn't make it up.
No, we fucking make it almost there.
It's like the first landing, but like where the bus is parked.
Yeah, so there was like a part where you drive up and then you meet a bus, that the bus takes you to the top. We make it like barely there. And then we leave the Volkswagen in like almost like a ditch, dude. And we fucking hike, and I'm all broken. And we get to a bus, dude. And we take the bus up to a fucking like booth. You know, like those booths like with the arm.
Yeah.
You know, like a place like that has an arm thing that you have to go through, and there's like a booth with like a guy in it. We were in one of those booths with 2 guys, and they were smoking pot, dude. I remember this. They were smoking pot. And it was just me and Dad sitting there, and these guys were just like late midnight smoking pot, and we were just like sitting there. And then we got in like a van, and they took us the rest of the way. and then we just like stumble into the thing, and it's like a midnight or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next day, you know, I go to bed or whatever. The next day, you guys go out and hit the slopes or whatever, and I'm just sitting there all day, just broken, fucking
for the rest of the
shit
week.
arm, just fucked, dude. That was so funny, dude. Yeah, Dad and I, that was like a little bonding thing.
Yeah,
that was one of those moments where like Dad and I both like look at and we were like, we're cool. Like, you know what I mean?
But like when y'all pulled over, knowing Dad, I think he said "fuck the car." Like he didn't care if someone stole it.
For
if
sure.
someone like
I think he did say
something
that.
to it.
That's true. That's
No,
true.
dude, for sure. Dad's the first person to be like, fuck the car.
I think he did
Fuck
say
it.
that. I think he was just like, because we were parked in a weird spot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what about, you shouldn't leave the car here? And he was like, fuck the car.
Fuck the car,
It doesn't matter.
I'll get another one.
And we just fucking made it home.
Dude, that's one of those classic examples, and I love hearing these stories of like men having answers.
Yeah.
That was one of those classic examples of like you had just this man, this mountain of a man going like, I have a disabled son.
He needs to make it to the top of this
Hold on.
mountain.
And there's a mountain I need him to get up. And he's sitting there and he's like, motherfucker.
What did I do?
He's sitting there just, you motherfucker. Fuck the car. Fuck it. All right. Hey, Dad, can I help? Just listen. Hey, dude, that is a tale of testosterone and determination. That is like the classic archetypal man journey. He goes...
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. The most important part about this story is that it's something that was that happened to him.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing about like man stories is that he was just sitting there like, I'm so glad to be on vacation with my 4 sons, and then something happened to him and he goes,
Answers.
I need answers. And then he fucking got them, dude.
A man is, and this is what Dad taught all of us, a man is just answers.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. No matter what, you need fucking answers.
No matter the situation, you just figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's all fine in the end.
Yeah.
And dude, I swear to God, dude, that's every moment of my fucking life now. Like, that's just how I walk through life. I walk through life like that. Problem, I got it. Fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Answers.
I got it. And
Answers.
and then I solve it. Yeah. And then it's like, there was never a problem now. Because
but actually, the last thing that I'll touch on is that that by itself is like that leads to dropping dead when you're 60.
Yeah.
But it's a crucial part of being a man, and to tie into this, one of the great things that Mom and Chucky I think did was like on top of that, they were like, hey, it's okay to like seek.
Totally.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
It's okay to like have a sense of wonder and like want to go like on an adventure.
Yep.
So you can have that core root of being like, I need answers all the time. But like I think a lot of men specifically get like stuck in that way of life, and then they blow their brains out or jump off a bridge when they're 60. You know what I mean?
Mom and Chucky taught me, don't take things too seriously.
So yeah, exactly. And that's what a mom and dad should be. It's like a counter to each other.
Yeah.
Because like, you remember that road trip we took?
Yep.
Those 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That was some of the most fun I've ever fucking had. And it was like, that was like the counter to the whole like, hey, you're a man, you need answers. But also it's like, hey, it's okay to like not know what's going on and kind of like and go out there and
Yes.
like and figure it out.
Yeah.
A lot of the fun of that road trip was that I wasn't in control.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just like Mom and Chucky were both just like, hey, we planned this thing out, just come along for the ride.
Just come along for the ride. And how cool was that?
Like anything could happen, but if something happens, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like the different side of the same coin, if that makes any sense. It was
perfectly both things.
Yeah, it was perfectly both.
Be open-minded, try new shit,
Yep.
but like, but you have to know what the fuck you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You gotta know what the fuck you're doing.
You have to have some answers,
you can't
man.
just be a fucking blind idiot.
Yeah.
And none of us are blind idiots.
The best thing that like I think that I would take from Mom and Dad is like you can't be all this, you can't be all that.
Yeah.
You have to take the best of both and kind of make your middle road of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, boys, let's wrap it up. We got some hot pizza waiting.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 20. 20
Episode 20
of bombing.
Tune in next week. If you guys have any emails, please email us at bombingpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is Ryan__Jennings.
My Instagram is at HAYDN Wyckoff, WICKOFF.
My Instagram is at IanJennings5.
And if you're looking to build some muscles,
Brennan C. Jennings.
what's your fitness page?
At Brennan C. Jennings.
Oh, okay, that's
I
it.
just
All
put
right.
that one up.
All right.
Hit us up on all our socials. And
And really, if you do have questions, please email the podcast. That's like half the segments here. Please email us any question.
Bombingpodcast@gmail.com. This is episode 20. God damn it, we've made it so fucking far. Thank you, Ian and Brendan, for being a part of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And,
bringing
you
it
guys.
on.
We will see you guys next week.
Episode 21.
That's right. Let's get the fuck out of here and eat some pizza.
Let's do it.